Alright, let's solve this quadratic function by completing the square. And this process will be somewhat interesting because it's kind of a tough question to do with by completing the square, but it shall be an interesting experience also. So here I just decided to take the 3 away to the other side of the equation by subtracting 3 from both sides of the equal sign. So far we have 2x squared minus 7x equals just negative 3. And to start completing the square, I'll just factor out a 2. 2x squared divided by 2 is just x squared. Negative 7x divided by 2 is negative 7 over 2x. And I'll give myself some room over here, and that's still equal to negative 3. Okay, now we're getting the negative 7 over 2. We're dividing it by 2, and we're squaring this. So negative 7 over 2 divided by 2 is negative 7 over 4. Because every time that we divide something by 2, this was a 2 by the way. Whenever we divide something by 2, we're actually multiplying by half. So 7 over 2 times half is 7 over 4 squared. So 7 squared is 49. Or even negative 7 squared is positive 49. 4 squared is 16. So we're going to add 49 over 16 and take it away also. Okay, so now all we need to do is take this guy out of here. And how can we do that? Well, we're going to need to multiply it by 2 first. So we have 2 in brackets x squared minus 7 over 2x plus 49 over 16. Now negative 49 over 16 times 2 is just negative 49 over 8. And why is just 8? Why is it just 8? Because I'll just do it up top here. If we multiply by 2, the 2 and the 16 cancel out. So we have negative 49 over 8. Okay, so I know that I will need to combine these guys anyways, sooner or later. So I will multiply the 3 by 8 over 8, just so that I have a common denominator over here afterwards. So this whole trinomial will factor into x minus 7 over 4 squared. And why is that? Because whenever we have a perfect square trinomial, I can just take the middle term and divide it by 2 to get this element over here. And negative 7 over 2 divided by 2 is just 7 over 4, just like explained over here, right? Okay, so at this point, I will actually add 49 over 8 to both sides of the equation. One second, let me pick a darker shade of blue. Alright, that's not too bad. So I'm adding 49 over 8 to both sides of the equation, just so we can get rid of it on this side. So 49 over 8 on the right side of the equation now. Negative 3 times 8 is negative 24 all over 8. Right? Why did I do this? Just so I can have a common denominator between these two. Between the negative 3 and the negative 49 over 8. Alright, so over here we're still stuck with 2x minus 7 over 4 squared equals, now 49 over minus 24 is 25 all over 8. At this point, I actually want to get rid of this 2 on this side, and to do that, I will multiply both sides of the equation by half. So these guys are going to cancel out. I'm going to continue over here because I'm sort of running out of room. But I'll do it in a different color, I guess. So we have x minus 7 over 4 squared equals 25 times 1, 25, and 8 times 2, 16. Then at this point, I can actually just take the square root of both sides of the equation and get a plus or minus over here. So there we have x minus 7 over 4 equals plus or minus the root 25 over root 16. You can just break down the radical like that. And I will add the 7 over 4 to both sides of the equation, so this guy goes to the right side. So x is equal to 7 over 4 plus or minus root 25 is just 5. Root 16 is just 4. Wow, we're almost done. Now we have two solutions, the first one being 7 plus 5, 12 over 4. And the second solution being 7 minus 5, 2 over 4. So 12 over 4 is 3. 2 over 4 is half. And that's finally it. Our solution is x equals half and 3. And now that I've done this whole thing, I'd recommend using the quadratic formula if you were to do a question like this, because solving it by completing the square is not as effective as the quadratic formula in this case. But it's nice to practice, right? A difficult completing the square question anyways. So have fun and good luck.